All right, so let's move away from the sex for grade scandal and go to another trending topic on social media. Ghanaian pastor and relationship counselor and youth coach Elder Amos Kelvin Anan has described as an error the known phenomenon where a groom has to buy wedding rings for both himself and his bride. According to the clergyman, the man and the woman must each buy their own rings and present to their would-be partners as tokens of their covenant to themselves. The pastor also said that would-be husbands should not buy wedding gowns for their brides, insisting that that was the duty of the woman's family. He also questioned why it has to be a burden to the man when he's expected to be the guest in the house of the bride, receiving him and his family to carry out their official observance of marrying off his bride. He also said the traditional marriage ceremony is also not the responsibility of the groom. Pastor Dolly, 20 seconds.
You know, these Ghana people.
I like that. These Ghana people. Okay.
They have wonderful marriage counselors.
Yes.
And I wonder what is really happening to their marriages there with all this kind of marriage counselors that they have. But all the same, there is no rule really that says it must be the girl that will buy this or the man that will buy that. In the first place, one thing people must understand, when your daughter decides to bring a man home, that man automatically has become your son. Like I tell people, if you have one daughter and your son goes to bring in another girl as a wife, you are now having two daughters. Same goes for a man. If your daughter is bringing in a man, you have one son, you have two sons. So they must be treated as such. I'm of the opinion that if the family of the girl has what it takes, like in my family is what we do, that when it comes to the traditional marriage, we see it if it's a girl that is getting married. I mean, if it's our daughter, we see it our responsibility because we are actually the one that is receiving visitors. So we take care of them. We are responsible for that. Okay. Yeah. Even if our son is, coincidentally, most of our sons that are married, we have also had to shoulder both the responsibility for the traditional marriage and all that. And not to spoil. It didn't spoil anything because that girl is our daughter. If they don't have what it takes to provide, why don't we? Why do we wait for them? It shouldn't be this one must provide. Two people that wants to marry, they are going to become one flesh.
But how about the rings though?
I also don't see anything wrong. Like when I was going to marry my husband, I remember then that he was not really having the money. He got to the ring and I went to the gold shop to check for the gold ring and all that. Came back with the price. He wasn't having the money. And he was like, okay, I told him, I can be responsible for other things. But you are giving me ring. I won't buy ring for you to give me. So you will buy ring that you will give me. So he has to pay.
I think there's something sentimental about it.
I took some other things while he took responsibility for the ring. Okay. And I bought my gown. Because for me, I really don't see that for me shouldn't be issue. It should be agreement between both.
Okay, Pastor Ayo, 20 seconds.
I'm trying to look at the angle the man is trying to talk from, maybe how he's counseling. But I think Pastor Dolo just mentioned it all. There are some parts in Nigeria here that even the bride's family take care of everything, cooking and all those things. But I think the man will be very responsible as a sign that if you cannot actually do anything, that you're not ready to marry. So as a man that you're
not buying ring, you're not buying gowns, you're not doing ceremony. Why are you getting married? I don't know.
So why you're not getting married? So it's going to be very responsible. And I won't advise any man like that because it's even a shameful thing to that man, because you are sending yourself to your in-laws to be like and they'll be looking at it that this guy is not even responsible and he's saying this
mocking.
I think when a man makes up his mind to marry, he should be prepared. When God made man, he gave him vision and responsibility. Before he brought the woman, he made sure the man had what it takes.
Was established.
Yes. So when you want to bring another person in the name of a wife, you should be able to do more than 60% of what it takes to marry the woman. That's what I believe. Because if you claim I love you, I still go back to the previous
yes, I
discussion
remember.
we had. You can't claim you love me and you don't show it. Love is expressive. You have to express it. If you start managing now, I'm managing in my mother's house, father's house. I will go with you and start managing immediately. It's too early.
So for you, expressing love is physical, material,
It's not material per se. It
Okay.
can come in many ways. But we are talking about marriage. Now, for marriage, you should be able to do what you're supposed to do. Am I the one to buy the gown?
Yes.
Should I be the one? For what?
That's what the Ghanaian
It's wrong. I can't buy the gown, then you hold your hand to
buy
marry
the
me.
rings.
I buy the ring. Who is marrying
But
who?
what's-
Am I marrying myself?
So we don't even know what is the man's responsibility in Ghana.
So maybe that's done. Maybe that's anyway. Thank God he's from Ghana. So that's done in Ghana. Because it's
But
not
there's
just
some ladies that should buy their own gas.
But for you, traditionally, let me ask Ms.
For me,
Bishop
that's
that, because you're much
your
older.
best way.
Traditionally,
Yes,
when we're
it's
looking
your
at
best way
marriage,
to marry.
who should
What
buy
is
the
your-
rings?
No.
Who should buy the wedding gown? Who should be in charge of the ceremony?
Naturally,
Uh-huh.
it's tradition, like you said, traditional.
Traditionally.
So it can change from one ethnic group to another. Like, if you want to say in India, is the women
Pay
that
dowry, I know
don't-
that.
All that. So to me, I'm not seeing it as anything.
Really?
Really, yes. Because if the woman, there's certain situations, it's not that the man should not be responsible. No. Because like she said, if you say you want to be man, you want to control a woman in your house, you must have all it takes so that there won't be problem at the end of the day. Because if you start from the beginning dodging responsibility, my wife get money from rich home with that, you will lose touch of that marriage.
Also.
Even from your in-laws, you will be nothing because there is nothing to come to. You can't say yes.
This is what I
They will
did.
ask you, what are you doing? So it's better for us to know what we are doing from the beginning.
Be prepared.
The woman can be richer, no doubt about it. And it's not a
Monkey, take
sin.
it easy. We're not quarreling. I know.
They're not.
I see all of our gesticulations from
We're not.
Okay, say what you were saying. Say.
I still go back to the same thing. Please, men, when you want, before you make up your mind to
Be ready.
marry, make sure you are ready.
You're a man and not a boy.
That's just it.
But is there a place for the ladies to support?
Sorry?
Is there a place for the ladies to support?
Yes, no.
Especially from the
She's the
ethnic
help
group
meet.
that has,
No, sorry,
they
when
pay
you
much
begin
dowry.
to help?
You know what I do most times?
You begin to
Sorry.
help immediately.
You know, there's some families that
It's along the line that your help comes in.
yeah.
And you're helping somebody that has been doing something already.
Okay.
And you begin to help. So you don't start immediately to share responsibility as it's coming in. No, you wouldn't do that.
But you know, there's some ladies actually that I don't know. I've met one or two that they have this intention that when I'm going to get married, they will spend money.
Okay.
They make sure their family
Our time is
There's a way you spend money,
and they were
you
telling the guy
intimidate the
that
man.
you're telling the guy that
African man
so you
has
want to
that
marry
thing,
you.
there's a way you
So
spend money,
you're trying to
intimidate
get much more money from him. I've seen things like that happen.
Some ladies are also desperate.
There are situations and
Somebody get the
situations
money.
whereby the woman takes care of everything. After the marriage, the man came up out to say, she forced me to marry her.
Yes,
I didn't do anything.
Yes.
That's why she did that.
DJ House, what if someone else buys the ring for both of them just to support the couple? Is there anything wrong with that?
No.
Yes, no.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, Charles is responding here and says the counselor is correct. The marriage ceremony is hosted by the bride's family, and the groom, together with his family, is a guest at the bride's home. However, all these rules are not blanket. Whatever works for the
Anyone,
couple
yeah.
involved. All right, Kenneth.